Whoops. Oh, we are live. Good thing on live people didn't caught that. Let's see here.
I'm doing a live show right now. So.
Welcome to the pre-show. Pre-show. There I am. 2 people watching. Hello, 2 people. There we go.
All 5 people.
6 people. What's going on, peeps? Carlo, Timothy, Steve. Steve is back again. Red Bull crew. I need some Red Bull. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another. I shouldn't say that yet because we're not starting the show.
Red Bull crew, Steve, all the way in Spain.
How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone's off to a great Monday. Can't say the same for Danny, though.
Panic mode.
All right, Carlo, Timothy. Good. I need a break from editing this surprise proposal video. Awesome, man. How close are you to finishing?
Proposal. Is it his surprise proposal or someone else's surprise proposal?
Yeah, are you surprising somebody with your proposal? Turn this on.
Zoom Chris is here. Alan Andrews.
What is up, Zoom Chris and Alan Andrews? Welcome, welcome. Mako Sports, where did you get the Alpha Show? Well, I'm glad you noticed. I got this. I got this at a local camera store event. So Sony was visiting Sammy's, and they're giving out free swag. So, hey, Steve, what's up, Steve? What are you using today, Jason? Did the HD60S got returned? I'm still using my webcam because I'm hosting a show. So, actually, I don't even have much to screen share today, so I don't know. Maybe I should have used the Elgato. I'm still using my webcam, so that's gonna be my default setup from now on.
I am using the HD60S. Steve, yeah, I'm using the HD60S.
Yeah, you're using Sony, right? Which one?
Camera-wise?
Yeah, 6500.
Yeah, I'm using the 6500 with the 10-18.
Cool, guys. We're gonna get started in about 6 minutes. Letting the people roll in. Carlo, Timothy. Oh, dudes, I'm going to Iceland in May, and I may provide my girlfriend with some ice.
Ice.
Nice. No ice. Noise. Alan Andrews, quick question. I found that little Viltrox LED video light you use to light your background. Do you recommend it or another type? I recommend it. I like this a lot. I know Craig Adam likes this. Caleb from DSLR Video Shooter, he also recommended it in his budget thing. He actually really likes the newer CN60 or whatever. He likes those a lot, but I like these because they're not that bulky. You can control the color temperature. The color temperature accuracy is questionable, but since I have them, I have all the same models, they should put out the same color, hopefully.
Did you already do a video revealing your light setup?
Shh, Alan Andrews gonna be on my butt about it. But yeah, I recommend it. It's pretty cool. I recommend it. I still liked how my softboxes used to light my room setup, but these are just way easier to set up, so I prefer these. Min Tran, hi Jason, have you tried the multiple strobe?
Flashpoint Explorer 600.
You mean it's what? Yes, I've tried the Flashpoint Explorer 600. CN160, thanks, Zoom Chris. Steve, you're looking great on webcam, and strangely, Danny's feet not so good on the 6500, a bit pixelated. I think it has to do with the internet connection, huh?
Yeah, I'm using my my jetpack, so not doing so well with it. But if the audio is good, I mean, if I don't know if my audio is okay on their end. So if you guys are on the stream, can let me know if my audio is all right on this side.
You know, I thought about like maybe recording the show separately with a different camera, and then we'll like send each other the video files, and we just like sync it up and have a high quality version.
Okay, I'm back. I just disappeared for a second there.
Oh, okay. Hey.
All right.
You missed what I said, but okay. There's like 3 of you now.
Last time the other one disappeared eventually, so hopefully we'll be all right.
Zoom Chris, CN160 is great light, AC and battery powered. Oh yeah, mine's AC and battery powered too. It's a good thing they take the Sony NPF whatever batteries, because I have quite a bit of those.
Dave Sincere, yeah.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, Dave? Alan Andrews, no. And I was going to ask... Mintran, continuous strobe instead of one strobe at a time. You mean... Wait, what? Like he means keep flashing? Just... Quick fires? Is that what you mean? Mintran?
Let's see. I don't know if we want to give them a heads up on just kind of getting us some questions ready for later in the show, I think.
Oh, yeah. So today's going to be a shorter show than usual. So majority of it, we will be doing a Q&A, a live Q&A. So rack up those questions, guys. We're going to tackle them in about... Well, the Q&A we'll tackle in about 10 minutes, but get your questions ready. Dave says he has some great news. Hypocrisy Police. Hey, Jason, could you fix your focusing issue with the G Master? I have yet to see a tack sharp eye in your pictures. They're tack sharp, man. I think it's just the quality of the video that gets uploaded. So what I can do is... I think the next video that's coming out, because I'm noticing while I'm editing the video, it doesn't seem as sharp as I would see it in Lightroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the photos separately. Like there will be a link that you can actually look at the photos yourself and the video to go along with it. Dave Sincere is finally building a PC. He's moving up. Good job.
Dave, what CPU are you going with? Are you going to go with the new AMD processors? You're going to stick with Intel? Let us know. I'm curious.
Mintran. Yes, quickfire. Is it capable of doing it? Yes. Yeah, okay, so I think... Yeah, so I was shooting with it over the weekend, and at 132 or 164, you can fire it continuously. Shouldn't be an issue. But if you're like anywhere like 1814, there's going to be... If you fire too fast, in between the photos will be dark. So it is capable of that. But you probably have a better chance if it's at 132th of a power, 132nd of a power, or a 164th second of a power. Steve says, is Vivian in the chat?
Hi, I'm here.
She's here, but she's not in the chat. Thank you, Zoom Chris. Recycle times are on 2 seconds more or less. Okay. Oh, shoot, it's 7 o'clock. All right, let's get this started. Hey, guys, welcome back to another Monday Live with me and Danny, aka That One Camera Guy. So if you guys are just joining in, we are keeping the show pretty short today, probably under an hour, because Danny has a deadline to meet tonight. What do you got going on?
Oh, yes. I've got a yearbook deadline. It's at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm trying to get that uploaded and sent over. So
cool. We hope. And you're pretty close to getting it finished, right?
Yeah, I think we're almost there. Are we almost there? Yeah, they say they're almost there. Just hopefully. Okay.
While you're here goofing off, your students are working hard and finishing it, huh?
I know. I feel like a terrible human being, but I think they'll be fine. They're good. Yeah.
Cool. So, as always, we like starting the show by sharing what piece of new gear that we got this week, because new week means new gear. Let us know in the comments right now what piece of new gear you got this week. Danny, what is the news that you? I mean, what is the news? What is the gear that you got this week?
I've just purchased like little tiny devices. I got like a USB 3 to USB Type C adapter, but nothing big like camera gear. I'm still waiting. I think B&H is getting ready to ship my 85 f1.8, and I was actually hoping to test it out tonight because there's like some volleyball tonight, but it would have been perfect with actually the lens. But I don't have it in with me, so I couldn't do a side-by-side test with the autofocusing speed, so that kind of sucks.
How are you going to shoot the volleyball tonight if you had to finish?
That's true. That is true. I mean, maybe I could have caught a little bit of the game at the end, but it'll have to be something else later on.
Very cool. So speaking of the 85, I actually have the new FE 85 1.8 and the 100 millimeter STF. You guys probably saw it from my Rento unboxing video. So if you guys didn't know, I got these. I borrowed these from Sony Pro Support. What's cool? I guess not a lot of people know about this, but if you are in the Sony Pro Support, if you are a member of Sony Pro Support, you actually get this thing called pre-purchase evaluation loaners. It means you can just ask them like, hey, can I borrow this lens or this camera to try out? So it's part of the perk that you have. The membership is only $100 a year, and pretty much if you borrow just one lens, the membership kind of pays itself. So I'm very surprised that I was able to get both of these lenses. I mean, I was like, hey guys, can I borrow the 85 1.8? And they're like, sure, just fill this out. And I was just like, can I borrow the 100 STF as well? And they're just like, you got it, man. And I was like, kind of surprised because I didn't think I would be able to get this during launch. I actually got this on the day of launch where they were starting to ship out both of these lenses. So it was fulfilled by Lens Rento. But yeah, if you guys aren't part of the Sony Pro Support now, you guys should totally sign up. They said you need 2 full frame cameras, but you can get away with 1. I mean, it doesn't hurt to apply. Just go for it. Danny.
Yeah, I really should have. I'm an idiot about that. Yeah, just hit up Sony Pro Support and tell them Jason Vonk sent you, right?
Yeah, let them know.
But I definitely need to get on that. So
I feel bad for letting you guys know. I'm surprised not a lot of people know. Now that you guys know, you guys might rent out. Oh my goodness.
Exactly. There's not going to be any rentals available now.
What's that?
Jason, after you told them all of that, they're going to start renting out all that gear.
Oh man, they're going to put some limits to that. Like maybe like 1 lens per month or something. I don't know, but this is cool. So I will have a video on both of these. I'm working on a video right now where I'm comparing the 85 1.8 to the 85 G Master. This one, the 100 STF, I wasn't able to try. I only took like 1 photo. It was kind of hard for me to find smooth round balls to take photos of. You kind of just have to make it. So I'm going to have to do more tests with the 100 STF. But so far, the 85 has impressed me. So I'm glad to answer any questions that you guys have in the chat. So let us know. Very cool. Should we jump into the chat, Danny? Did I lose you, Danny? All right. Well, while we wait for Danny to come back, I'm just going to go ahead and start with some of the chat stuff. So Dave says Alan Andrews, new gear, got the Mavic Pro Fly More kit. Awesome, man. Oh, there you are. Welcome back, Danny.
I'm back again. Sorry about that. I just disappeared there for a second.
Danny, are you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up? How's it going? You're welcome.
All right, we're back.
Okay, so we're just jumping into the chat for the people's new gear.
Okay.
So, Alan Andrews says he's got the new DJI Mavic Pro. Congratulations, Alan. Dave Sincere says he built his computer over the weekend. His components are the Asus Maximus IS Code motherboard, i7 7700K processor, Samsung SSD, G-Skills Trident, a bunch of these terminologies that I'm not too familiar with, but I'm sure it's a kick butt PC.
No, it seems like we're the M2960 SSD. How big of a SSD is that? I mean, I remember, Dave, you were talking about your PC. Remember he was mentioning how his PC could barely handle that Sony, the Sony software? He was having trouble with that?
Yeah, he wasn't able to do the RAWs.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to open the RAWs on a 6500 or something.
Nice.
This is a well-deserved build, Dave. Let us know how it's working out for you. Michael Smith also has a DJI Mavic, and I saw the video, Mike. You crashed your DJI Mavic Pro today. I saw that video, and I was just like, oh, man. That's the thing that I'm super worried about, is that whenever I borrow my friend's drone, I'm like, I hope I don't crash it. Because in my area, there's like a bunch of like telephone wires, and I'm just like, please don't hit any of that stuff. Every time there's like even a subtle wind, I'm just like, I'm flying it back down. Whew. Who else got the Mavic Pro? Jeez, I think everybody has.
What are they using the Mavic Pro for? That's what I'm wondering. Is it just more for aerial, for weddings? You know, what's their area that they're using it for? That's what I'm wondering they're doing with it.
Yeah, Mike, what are you using the Mavic for? And also, Alan Andrews, let us know what you're using the Mavic for. I think Mike is using it for behind the scenes for his photo shoots.
Okay. Oh, snap! Really
adds to
they are. Everyone's stepping it up so much.
I mean, I put it away, but I borrowed my friend's Phantom 4.
You have to be on that next level nowadays, man. It's like,
dude, I'm so scared flying a drone.
You know, I don't even know what the deal is with the whole license with the actual drones. Is it like, if you don't get the license, what happens?
I don't know, but I think people in the chat can let us know. A lot of people have helped me out. They actually let me know like what are the best resources to study up for your test, and yeah. So let us know in the chat, guys, what happens when you're flying a drone without a license. Dave says, I have to give it up to Steve. He partially gave me the motivation to build it. Thank you, Steve. RMD Imagery. Wish that was the case with the Sony Pro in Australia. No lending here.
Wow, what the heck is up with that? It should be. I mean, they should try to keep it consistent across the board.
I think someone else has brought that to my attention. I think someone from Hong Kong as well was not able to do it. So maybe it's a US thing. So yeah, if you're in the US and you have Sony gear, get the membership. Hopefully for all you other guys out there in Australia, Hong Kong, or wherever in the world, hopefully you guys will also get that same perk. Peng Yu Wang, what's up, man? Thanks for commenting on my video earlier. How long can you keep those lenses? So these lenses I can keep. I requested it for 2 weeks, but they did tell me that if I need it longer, I just need to file in for a longer period. So yeah.
Did they take a credit card, a number from you?
No credit card, nothing. I didn't even sign up for an account with Lens Rental. So
you just keep it.
I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be saying all this in public. But yeah, no.
I mean, you're advertising for them. I mean, it's a nice perk.
Actually, they do have my credit card on file because when I signed up for the membership, I have to give them my credit card. So yeah, so maybe. But they did give a little disclosure that if I don't return it on time or I lose it, that they will invoice me
the
cost of it. So
there's a way for them to find you.
Yeah. So I think with the 85, I'm gonna return it. If I can keep the 100 STF a little longer, I probably will, because I really haven't had a chance to really test out the STF. But the 85, it's really good. So
it's really light, right? You had to compare it to the Bodice. I mean the G Master.
Yeah, it's light, it's small, it's compact. I was able to bounce this on a gimbal. So I don't know who would do that. I did it. Kind of regret doing it because a lot of the shots that I got were kind of unusable, but I'll still share those anyways in the video that I'm going to put out. Dave Sincere says that's less than $8 a month for Sony Pro Support membership. Less than Netflix. That's
true.
That is good thinking. Yeah, you guys should totally jump on these Pro Support now. I mean, like, I think it's a relatively new program, so it would probably increase. How much is Canon Pro Support? Do you know, Danny?
I think you have to have a certain number of gear. You earn points through CPS. And there's different tiers. There's like gold, platinum, silver, and I think there's probably like $100 to $200 yearly fee. So it's comparable, I would say.
It's comparable. Okay. Okay. So Cigar Patel, that deal seems too good to be true. Is there a catch? Like you have to pay for shipping? No. Free overnight shipping, which was very surprising because it must have costed a lot of money to overnight.
Yeah, for now it's free until Jason abuses all of it, and then
yeah.
We'll see.
3 Trees Photography. You need 2 cameras and 3 Sony lenses. You didn't hear it from me, but you can get away with 1 full frame body. But Danny, better sign up soon before all these people beat you to it.
Should be good. We'll see.
Danny is such a slacker, but we love it. He's choosing to hang with us instead of doing work. Thank you, Danny.
Not making me feel terrible, Dave. It's
Okay, Steve says Sony Pro Support free in Europe. However, vetting process extremely strict. You need to send in all sorts of ID. It took 3 months for me, but I was the first UK customer. Wow, congratulations. Wow. I'm glad we don't have to do that. Cool. Let's see. Let me just get through all the new gears first, and then we're going to come back to the questions. Stevie J says, actually, wait, hold on. That's not part of the new gear. I'm sorry, Stevie. I'll get back to you in just a bit. Michael Smith, yep. He says BTS for shoots with his drones. Did you get the DJI Care package or whatever it's called, the Care support? You can replace it if you crash it, right? It's like a $100 fee or something.
I hope so. I mean, you are paying a little bit extra for that, but I wouldn't know.
Alan Andrew says travel and aerial B-roll. Good stuff.
Okay.
Michael's, yeah. Okay. So Mike says I got the DJI Care for $99 and cost me $79 to replace it. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see. You can't use the footage. So 3 Trees Photography says, if you don't have a license, you cannot use any of the footage from drone or Profit without having the 107 license.
Wow. You didn't see that, Jason. You didn't see that at all.
I didn't see that. I don't know. I'm just going to flat out say right now, I have a license. I'm just kidding. Jason, saw you post it on the 3514 on the Facebook group sale. Curious why you're getting rid of it. That will be reviewed very soon, my friend.
Oh, wow.
That will be reviewed very, very soon. As a matter of fact, maybe on Wednesday. I don't know. Okay, awesome. So that's it for new gear. All right, Danny, is there any piece of news you want to share before we head into the Q&A?
You know, I kind of just... I know this is off topic from what we cover, but did you hear about that whole thing? Because it does affect us in some capacity, and it might affect you. Is that whole the monetization issue that YouTube's going through recently, as of late?
Oh shoot! What is it?
I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up, but it was kind of a big shocker after hearing that, and even encouraging students to look and pursue that, and all of a sudden you're noticing that these advertisers are starting to drop from YouTube. But we have to really dig. I don't know. Have you seen some of that?
No, I don't know. I'm like the worst person that keeps up with the YouTube news.
Okay. Hopefully they get it worked out. I think they're trying to get that stuff. I doubt it's going to be an issue on the stuff that you cover anyway.
So what's going on with the advertisers?
I think it has a lot to do if they're covering specific types of news, all that stuff that's going on, political news or news with certain agendas to them.
Also, they're not going to want to advertise on those types of videos.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to end up happening. But I think the stuff that we cover really wouldn't be affected in the long run. And it just made me think about the fact that you really got to diversify the way you're working with YouTube through getting companies to work with you, and even doing your affiliate programs, things like that. So
cool.
I don't know, just something that came to mind.
I don't think it affects me too much because, to be honest with you, I don't enable ads in a lot of my videos. I mean, for certain videos, like the review videos, I do, but for the most part, most of my videos don't have, like, I mean, there are ads, but there's no like pre-roll ads. Majority of them don't have pre-roll.
You're such a nice person, Jason. Stop being so nice.
I want them to watch. I want you guys to watch my video. That's more important to me.
All right.
I hardly get checks from Google.
Hopefully
awesome.
soon.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Is there any other piece of news you want to
I guess I wanted to bring up the Canon stuff while I'm at it already, because that thing really piqued my interest. I haven't really got a chance to talk about it, look into it too much, but it looks like it wasn't just an April Fool's joke, but it looks like the Canon 5D Mark III has the, I don't know if you heard about it, but it looks like the 5D Mark III can record 4K now, I think. I really got to dive into it, just haven't had time, but it looks through via Magic Lantern. They have a method to do it, but please someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. And also Canon Rumors posted a rumor on the possibility that Canon is doing a pretty sizable upgrade on the video end, but you got to send in your camera. They're going to work out some of the rates and things like that with the C-Log. I think we mentioned it last time to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So interested in that.
So is that was a rumor last time? Are you saying it's confirmed now?
It's weird because on Canon Rumors, they give a very specific, I mean, obviously it's a rumor, right? But they give a very specific subset of different bit rates and things that they were going to offer with the camera. And I think they're just really trying to make it comparable to the competition now. But who knows what Canon's going to end up doing. But if they do something like that and they definitely beef up the actual video features, it might encourage something to stick with Canon in that front, but I don't know. I think a lot of them have already left, but that's just my thoughts.
Cool. Let us know what you guys think as well. All right. If you guys haven't already yet, give us a thumbs up on this video. Greatly appreciate it, guys. We are now going to jump into doing live Q&A.
Yeah, we can do live Q&A.
Cool. Awesome. So whatever questions you guys posted before, go ahead and repost it now, just in case we miss it. Let's go ahead, and I'm just going to scroll up and pick out a random question to answer. Okay, so Carlo Timothy says, can you comment on the bokeh, the Batis 85 versus the FE 85? So I don't have any comments between those two. I only have comments between the G Master and the new 85. So they're at 1.7 at 1.8 and the G Master at 1.7. They're nearly identical, which you guys will see in my video that's going to come out very soon. The 85 G Master is a tad bit more creamier, and the bokeh, it's the shape of the bokeh, the ball, is much more rounder and smoother. So that's the advantage that the G Master has. Any comments on your end?
Yeah, you know what? As soon as I get my actual 85 in, and I'll definitely have some more time now after today. I'll definitely start doing some comparison. But my thing is usually just on autofocus speed and performance to see if the 85's quick. I know hands down the Batis 85 is pretty good in terms of its speed and autofocus performance. I'm just trying to figure out what in the world I'm going to shoot. So I'm trying to think. So we've only got like baseball out here, softball, some track and field, swim. Oh, swim maybe.
Oh,
maybe. So we'll see.
Awesome. So yeah. 3 Trees Photography asks, does the new 85 have OSS? It does not have OSS. So I don't even think that G Master has optical steady shot either. The only one that has an optical steady shot is the Batis 85, right?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, I think Tamron has an 85 as well. It does VC.
Okay.
So it wasn't just something that Sony ended up doing. Well, Zeiss, but they also have it.
So yeah, this new lens right here, the 85, does not have steady shot. I think the only G Masters that do have optical steady shot is the 100 STF and the 70 to 200. Even the 24 to 70 does not have optical steady shot. Let's move on. Pre-evaluation gear is not offered in Europe, said Steve. Same in Australia. Again, very sad face. I'm terribly sorry about that, guys. People in the US, we got to appreciate what we have for the perks. Stevie J, has anyone tried to order the Flashpoint 8200? Just ordered one. I actually, over the weekend, I actually saw someone with an 8200. I kind of want to talk to him, but I didn't. I was too shy. Wanted to play with it so bad. I was actually going to order one. I was very tempted to get one overnighted to me, but Amazon didn't have it and wouldn't have it until April the 5th. And I think Scott Robert Lim, even though he's selling it, it's not going to be shipped until mid-April. So I wouldn't have been able to get it over the weekend and play with it. Three Trees Photography, I'm using Mavic for fun. It's so much fun. It is a lot of fun. Jones Herder, Nomade Filmaz, do you use any external monitor? Danny.
I don't have my, well, technically I have a TV I could connect to, but I don't have it connected right now. But I do have an external monitor with my Alienware. Just a 1080p, 1920 by 1200 Dell Ultra Sharp. So that's what I typically use.
External monitor for film, right? Or video?
Oh, snap. Okay. Sorry about that. When it comes to filming, I mean, I typically won't. I just use the EVF on the Sony camera. That's what I usually do. But when I was filming in studio in my room, I did have another external monitor so I could see a little bit better, but it was just a cheaper monitor, so it wasn't anything fancy like what Jason has. So,
oh, my Atomos Ninja Flame.
Yeah.
So I do have the Atomos Ninja Flame, and unfortunately, Amazon, the seller on Amazon sold out of there. So now I'm not able to get a price adjustment for mine. I shouldn't have waited for so long. So yeah, I have the Atomos Ninja Flame. What sucks is I found out that the $795 price tag for the new Ninja Flame is just the monitor only. So that kind of sucks. I think someone in the chat mentioned it last week. I think it was Alan Andrews. So you were right. For the $995 price tag, that's where you get all the full accessories. So I was really bummed out about that. Like literally on their press release, they said savings of $500. They crossed out the $1295 price tag and put $795. So that's just a horrible letdown from Atomos. Macco Sports, qualifying applicants must meet the following requirements: own minimum two alpha full frame. Wait, oh, I went through this already. Be an active full-time professional photographer. So yeah, they in the fine details they have all that requirement. But if you're in the US, just hit up Sony Pro Support and ask if you can be a member. It wouldn't hurt.
Did you have a website that you referenced them to?
Oh, let me look it up.
Because I think they do ask for like a website to check.
Oh, you're talking about Sony
for the Pro Support? Yeah.
Yes. So you have to be a working professional for sure. So if you have a website, I think I sent it to my YouTube channel, to be honest with you. And also the website that we post our wedding films. So yes, you do need to show some proof that you are a professional. So that's a requirement that
They're like former liar, just buys all Sony gear. So let's just bring him on to Sony Pro Support. So, no problem.
No problem. He's a working professional. Just playing with gear. That's very professional. Cigar Patel, what is your favorite camera and why? Danny.
Man, I think we talked about this before. I mean, overall, I personally like the 5D Mark III because it had a lot of potential. I got a lot of work out of that camera, and I got a lot of use out of the 5D Mark III, and so that's the reason why I would say it's really significant to me. I use it for photo and video heavily. I did sell it, but it did do its job. But that's just it just did everything for me when I had the 5D Mark III. So
it's a great camera. I mean, like it was pretty much. It was pretty much a camera that everyone pretty much had to do any sort of filmmaking. So it was around that time when the 5D Mark III came out, maybe a couple years after. That's when Panasonic rolled out with their GH4 and other competitors start rolling out with something better. But for the most part, the 5D Mark III was king.
Yeah, and it had that magic lantern, which just gave it a little bit more life. It gave it like another year of life to hang out until they got destroyed video-wise. But it did a really good job then.
Nice.
So Jason, what's your favorite camera?
Yeah. So last time we also discussed this. So I'm going to give a different answer instead. I really like the Alpha 6500 right now. Over the weekend, I shot with the A7R2, and I wished so hard that my A7R2 had a touchscreen because it was just a pain to change my focus point. Because sometimes, shooting at WonderCon, it's a comic book convention, so a lot of people are dressed up, and when they're dressed up or they have a mask on, it's hard to use face detection at that point. So you kind of have to manually move your focus point to their face. So a lot of times I was really slow. Like I was like fiddling around with the control dial trying to move my points around, and it took a little too long. It took longer than I would like it to. So at least with the 6500, I can just tap on their face and just take the photo. But the reason why I chose to use the A7R2 was because of the 42 megapixel and because it's full frame. At a convention, at a con like that, where like space is very limited, I don't want to attach a full frame lens and have that crop factor on the 6500. But it really made me appreciate the 6500 over the weekend. Dave Sincere, I forgot to mention I signed up for Capture One. You get Capture One for $50 if you use Sony. Very cool. That's actually not a bad deal. Capture One Pro, right, Dave?
Oh, he finally did get it. That's good.
You use Lightroom, right, Danny?
I use Photo Mechanic to go through my sports images and cull through them, and then I bring them into Lightroom after that. So
wait, what does Photo Mechanic do?
Photo Mechanic is just really fast with regards to culling through your images. Mm-hmm. Especially if I'm shooting sports, I could have 1,000 images from a couple games, and just going through the images is a pain through Lightroom. But with Photo Mechanic, the images load up very quick. I can rate the photos very fast. And then when I import them into Lightroom, I only import the photos I've already pre-selected. So I can kind of pick maybe the best 50 out of the 1,000 images or whatever I take. So I go Photo Mechanic, and then I go into Lightroom. That's how I roll.
Does it cost money?
Photo Mechanic, it does cost money, but it's definitely worth it if you're out there and you're shooting a lot of pictures and you're just tired of Lightroom being so slow, but you want Lightroom in order to organize your photographs. So
yeah. Oh my God. I'm going to check that out because, yeah, you're right. I mean, compared to, is it better than Adobe Bridge? Have you used Adobe Bridge to cull through photos?
I didn't really get it. I used Lightroom before I even knew Bridge really worked, how it really worked. So I didn't really use Bridge all that much. So I can't really comment on that.
Bridge has always crashed on me. Like it's a great tool. It allowed me to like change the metadata. It allowed me to like rename files super quickly, but it would always crash on me. I don't know why. I constantly updated it. I used it on both PC and Mac, and I've always had bad luck with Bridge. So I'm going to check out Photo Mechanics, man. Thanks a lot.
And I got it during the Black Friday deal, and there was actually, I think it was during Black Friday, and there was a good discount on it. So that's where I would wait.
Cool. Pro tip, use Photo Mechanics, guys. That's actually really cool. Carlo,
to be honest though, Capture One's actually pretty good too. I did try it out, like the free version, and it wasn't that bad in terms of going the speed. You got to learn new shortcuts, but it wasn't that bad. I thought it was a smooth experience. It's just that I shoot Canon stuff as well. I'd have to buy the pro model, pro version. So.
So yeah, no, I don't know why. This is something that I still need to figure out on my own. But every time I use Capture One Pro, those tiny little image, like, you know, those image previews, you know, you can like in Lightroom, you can like enlarge it really quick to see what the shot looks like, right?
Yeah.
I, for some reason, don't know how to do that on Capture One Pro. So that's one of the things that deterred me from using Capture One. So I need to figure that out. But that's probably just an issue on my end. By the way, guys, if you guys haven't given us a thumbs up yet in the video, please do so right now. Me and Danny really appreciate it. Last week, we got 60 likes before the show ended. So thank you guys so much again. Really appreciate it. Getting back into the comments, Carlo Timothy, State Farm can cover your drone for like $50 to $60, even covers lost and stolen. I believe it's a personal article thing. Wow. Thanks, Carlo. Thanks for the heads up, man. Really appreciate it. MSC was 1963 Canon shooter, but really want to change to the Sony A7R II, but clearly the A7R III is coming very soon. Don't want to purchase immediately to be out of date. Think it's truly coming soon? Wait until April. Wait until April 23rd. We're gonna hear something on April 23rd.
That's the NAB timeframe, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait on that. LJ, CH4Es. Jason Vong, I need to ask you, I do have a Manfrotto mini tripod. I need to know what kind of brand that you are using for the tripod head. Quick release plate for the tripod head. Link, please. Thanks. I'm using you can even look this up yourself. It's the Manfrotto RC2 quick release plate. Just type in RC2. I'll be happy to give you a link though. Message me again. Jason, if you don't enable ads on the video on YouTube, YouTube runs their own ads on your video and they bank on the money.
What? Who said that?
Steve said that.
Steve? That's weird.
They will run. I know they will have side ads. I think side ads on. I don't know.
I've never seen. I mean,
regardless if you are monetized or not, they do have a side ad, don't they?
Then again, I use YouTube Red. I have that subscription service, so I typically don't know if that stuff's going on. Mm-hmm. But that's weird. I mean, why would they do that?
Charlie Brown in the house. Click thumbs up. Thanks, Charlie. So sorry, man. I know you have some questions and messages for me. I'm just trying to get out my 85 video right now. Thank you, Charlie. Alan Andrews, going to show your lights this week. My room is still a mess. My room is messier than before. There's some underwear on the floor, so probably not yet. Maybe soon. June Crane versus Beholder. Scott Anderson. June Crane.
Yeah, I have a Beholder. I haven't been too.
You have a Beholder? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have a Beholder DS1.
Sell it.
But it's
crap.
It's okay. I mean, it works, but I haven't used the June Crane to actually compare it to. But I haven't been super happy with the Beholder. But I would need to use it more.
Yeah, I mean, I had it before. I feel
like I'm just asking for too much. I just want it so simple. You just mount it right onto you mount it onto the gimbal, and it just works off the bat. I mean, yeah, you have to do some minor adjustments, which isn't too much.
June Crane is a lot more forgiving than DS1, or even if you want to get the new Beholder EC1, they're more forgiving if your balance is slightly off. But for the DS1, you have to have a solid balance, or else, yeah, I had to sell mine because I was so irritated with it. But I think with a Canon, if you try to mount your Canon gear, it should work, shouldn't it, for the Beholder DS1?
What's that?
I mean, if you mount a Canon on the Beholder DS1, it should work fairly well, though.
I believe so. They can handle a Canon DSLR. Yep.
Yeah, with the lighter setup like the GH4 or the A7S, in my opinion, it's too light.
Yeah. So
there's always going to be this humming noise that comes out of it. I was so irritated with it that I had to get rid of it. It was just impossible.
I guess that's okay. I get you.
Yeah. Question from Nick Minderman. Do you have any issues at 200 not being sharp using IBIS at 2.8 in regards to the G Master? Danny?
I mean, I've used it at that far end. I mean, it looks good to me. I always have stabilization on that lens. I typically do. So I've been very happy with it. I'm not like I said, my opinion is always that everyone has their own. They see everything differently, but in my eyes, it looks good.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Awesome. Cigar Patel, how and where did you get started in photography or videography? Danny?
started up a YouTube channel on sneakers.
Did you really?
Yeah, I started back in like 2010 in August. But I was doing videos before that though. But that's kind of what got me into cameras, was because I started seeing people do shallow depth of field in their videos, and I'm like, what is this?
Nice.
What is this shallow depth of field stuff? It looks amazing, and it just it honestly is what kind of fueled my desire to learn more. And then my first DSLR was a T2i.
Mhm.
What's really funny was that I had the T2i, and I picked up a 50 millimeter 1.8. I did not even know how to control the aperture. No idea. I was like, why is the camera doing a shallow depth of field business? And all of a sudden it doesn't do it. And I learned everything through the internet pretty much. I learned everything as far as through that, and I just kept going at it. But the YouTube channel that I was doing actually helped fuel some of that. So that's just where I got started. T2Is were, I mean, I actually did. I don't know if you get. I was using a PowerShot to do event photography when I was in college.
Nice.
A Canon PowerShot, and that's the reason why I guess I was with Canon so much, was that my first camera that I personally purchased was a PowerShot, and I would always see the Canon 1D series at the school. It was in a glass case. It was like $4,000 or $5,000, and I said I can't afford that. So I'd always be lusting for those things, but I could never. I mean, it was just like ridiculous. And I didn't know too much about cameras then, but
Little did you know, you are now that one camera guy.
I know exactly right.
Just to make my answer pretty short, I fell in love making like short films just because in high school my world history teacher, this is an honors class, and they're like, hey, here's your final project. Make a reenactment, make a video project of reenacting some of the best events of world, like our world history or something. So my friends and I we just grabbed the camera, we just shot some stuff, and then that's where I kind of fell in love with like directing, shooting, and editing. So that's how I got started in video, and from there it was just pretty much like participating in film clubs, film festivals, silly stuff for high school kids, and just like making fun little shorts with my friends. And then I think around in college, I decided to do some YouTube stuff. So I started doing YouTube, like Danny, I started doing YouTube a while back, just talking about like different topics. But yeah, for photography, I had to shoot a concert. I was like placed in a random position where I had to do concert photography. I had no like background, no knowledge in like how to shoot photos. I can only do video. So all my photos came out horrible for that concert. But ever since then, I started doing research, like how to shoot better concert photography. And from there, I just wanted to do more like portrait photography and event photography, wedding photography, and whatnot. So
I think that's a big thing, really. And I think that's, I think a lot of people here can resonate with, is when you have that passion, desire, you're going to go ahead and find an answer for it and keep searching.
Yeah.
And it just kind of fuels your passion and motivation for it. I don't know. I guess, what does the chat have to say about their background? You know, how did you get started? And
yeah, let us know in the chat in just a few short sentences. Let us know how you got started in photography and videography.
Yep.
Cigar Patel, amazing question. Thanks, man. Let us know how you got started as well. Zoom Chris, what hand strap are you using, Jason? Peak Design hand strap. Great stuff. I actually took this out. I actually haven't used this strap in a while because I was shooting a lot of videos. But yes, I think over the weekend was the first time in like 2 months since I busted out the strap. Really love it though. Great strap.
Wait, so would you use that strap more for photos or video?
For photos, because in videos this gets in the way. Like if I need to like be quick, I'm like, oh shoot, it got stuck, and then I have to like chase a bride down or something, and I don't want that happening. Mako Sports, how's the new 85 video AF? You know what? I don't have anything too conclusive yet. I'm going to do a test very soon on the AF. For the most part, it works really well, almost too well, to the point where If I'm like focused on someone's face and they raise their hand up, it will just focus on their hand. So some settings that I need to play around and mess with, maybe it has to do with the AF tracking sensitivity or responsiveness or whatever. So I'm going to look into that some more. But for the most part, it looks like it works well, but nothing conclusive just yet. MSC 1963. Know anything about the updates included in the Mark V? Metabones Mark V coming soon?
I think we said it was that light indicator, and also a switch for optical stabilization. I believe you could deactivate it straight off the bat.
Wow.
But there's some sort of light that gives you some indication. I think that was a big difference.
Big. Cool. Manny, what's up, Manny? Welcome back. Thank you for joining in. It's always an honor for Manny Ortiz to stop by.
Yeah, definitely. I think he was
there.
He's been there for a while. I don't know if he's still there.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
He came in a while back.
There's a lot of questions going on, and I see you've been tackling it. My bad. Should I speed things up?
Yeah, let's try to.
All right, we'll speed things up. So I'm scrolling down. Manny's killing it on the chat. And question by Alan Andrews. Flashpoint Explorer 600, the Sony version is strictly Sony or just the trigger? I'm a Sony/Nikon shooter. The Flash works with any trigger. The Flashpoint AD600 works with any trigger. It's just you need the right trigger for your camera to fire it. So don't be using a Canon trigger on a Sony camera because it probably won't work. Don't quote me on it. You just need to have a trigger that your camera can communicate with that can fire the flash. But if another person has a trigger using a different system, they can fire off your flash. Does that make sense? Yeah, Danny, am I making sense?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Basically, it's universal. You just got to have the right.
Yeah, there we go. Universal. The flash is universal. Funny story, just really quickly. Over the weekend, I was shooting cosplayers. There's other photographers there as well. And someone else was using the Flashpoint Explorer 600. And I was just taking a break. And then all of a sudden, my Flashpoint just started flashing on its own, like quick bursts. And I was like freaking out. I was like, what's going on? Is it malfunctioning right now? Turns out there's another photographer who's also using the same system, and he was on channel 1. So it just he was just activating my flash as well. So yeah, pro tip, be on a different channel when you're out shooting. LJCH4E. Oops, I missed. Say again, what brand and size thread for the quick release plate on the tripod head? Manfrotto RC2. Just type in RC2. It should work with the thread should be 1/4 inch, I think. 3 Trees Photography. What site do you use to post your wedding films and for clients to download? We actually I think we give them on a USB, but we're going to experiment with MediaZilla.
Interesting.
Alan, it's only a trigger, Jason. Is the camera switching automatically back and forth during this chat? I think so. It should be automatically switching back and forth. Anytime that Danny talks, it should flip to him.
Yeah, I think that was the case early on.
You know, I think it does a bad job doing it live, but I think after the fact, the quality is so much better and the switching is pretty spot on. I don't know if you rewatch. I don't know if you noticed that when you rewatch the videos.
Yeah, I just knew my quality was really terrible on my end last time, so hopefully my end's a little bit better. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's looking a lot better. It's just your image is a little bit.
It's squashed.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Hopefully, I get it figured out soon.
Capture One Pro is over $200 when I try to upgrade after my free trial. Ooh. That is okay, I guess.
I mean, if it delivers on it, I mean, I don't have that Pro one, but
it's a standalone product, so it's not a subscription or anything like that. So you spend the $200, you get the entire software versus Lightroom, you pay $10 a month, I think. Photo Mechanic was recommended by Rodell Photography. Okay, bridge sucks. Okay, Capture One.
Jason, I think I'm gonna try to tackle maybe 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Just getting a little worried about my deadlines coming up at
Man,
10.
I didn't even realize it's 7:45 right now. All right, guys. So sorry about that. We'll blast through these really quickly. Charlie Brown, 16 to 70 or 16 to 35. If you're on full frame, get the 16 to 35. Oh wait, actually, you have an A7R too, so 16 to 70 works just fine when you're in Super 35 mode. Danny?
Yeah, if you're doing video, for sure, the 1670 is fine. But if you're going to do both photography and video, then I would recommend the 1630. I would guess the 1635 would be the better way to go. That's just my impression on that.
Cool. David Lamb, can't wait for the 85 comparison. Jason, awesome. I'm the Brown. Started watching you guys, and the Zag starts losing. What?
Must be a sports team. I'm not sure.
I see.
Yeah, just want to let you guys know I am reading some of the stories you guys are sharing about how you got started with your photography.
Oh, awesome. I will catch up on that very soon. How do you guys calibrate your monitor? Asked Dave Sincere. Do you calibrate your monitor at all, Danny?
I just look at the screen.
My monitor, my LG monitor comes pre-calibrated, so I trust it, but I do have a spider that helps me calibrate as well. Stevie J, my 50mm 1.4 Sigma is not focusing well in low light. Any suggestion? I'm using the MC11 adapter with the 6500. This is just me from what I hear. I heard the 51.4 doesn't work too well with the 6500 on the MC11 adapter. But Danny, do you have anything to chime in?
Which one is it? The 50mm
1.4.
The newer, the 50mm 1.4 Sigma.
Yeah, Art Lens on the MC11 adapter.
I mean, like I said before, are we talking about video? Sorry about that. Was it video on that, or was it photography wise?
He did not specify.
Yeah, as far as like the performance, on it, it just single shot stuff. It should be pretty good, but when it comes to just like moving subjects, you're definitely gonna have a problem. So that's just my thoughts on it. I check the firmware, I guess, if you haven't done so already. See if there's any updates.
All right, guys, we're trying to blast through this really quickly because Danny's got to go. Actually, I can stay on for a few more if you guys would like.
You think you can tackle more, Jason?
I can tackle more by myself. I can do it solo if you got to go, Danny. Yeah. So don't hesitate.
Folks, thank you so much for joining the live stream. Please give it a thumbs up. Sorry I couldn't be here that much, but after today, I'll definitely have a little more time to get back into the whole YouTube stuff.
Danny, good luck, man.
Content. Thank you.
You'll slay.
All right. Thanks so much, Jason. Everyone else on the live stream, I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, Danny.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. It's just you and me. So I'll stay on for another 10 minutes answering some questions. I'll do my best. Let's go ahead and get started. I lost where I am. Dave Sincere, great story for me. How I got started in photography might be kind of lame. Well, you're more than welcome to share it, Dave. Nothing lame about how you got started. He's been there. Oh, my aunt threw a surprise birthday party for my dad in New York. He turned 70 years old. I live in Atlanta. They told me Wednesday that the party would be Saturday. I flew up, had a big delay. I asked relatives if the family member had a camera to take photos. My dad walking in on a surprise party. Nobody had a camera, and I vow to never have that again. That's actually very inspiring, Dave. That's not a lame story at all. Good stuff. That is awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. That's something very personal. Thank you so much. Zoom Chris, thanks for the answer, Jason. I started photography in high school. My dad gave me a Zenith E for my birthday at 15, and that was it. Still in love. Awesome, Zoom Chris. Thanks for sharing, man. Alec Pang, I did check out the video, but still, is it the best? I'm sorry, Alec, can you let me know what your question is again? Cigar Patel, good night from New Jersey. Good night, man. Nick Lawrence, I have 200 more wedding videos to shoot 2 months from now, so I don't think that's possible. Okay, that's not for me. Jason, Manfrotto 323 RC quick release plate. That one? Yes, that's the one, man. I thought firmware update fixed that. And A6300 with 10 to 15 minutes. Yes, I do. I agree with you. Okay. Awesome. Man, did I just skip a bunch of questions? Oh, here we go. Question: okay, Alec, I found your question. Would the Batis 25mm be best for autofocus prime lenses for video? Would the Batis 25 be the best autofocus prime lens for video? I mean, all the primes are good. The Batis lineup, they're all really good for video. So I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Dave Sincere, are there any jobs you've turned down and why? Yeah. So recently, I have been turning down jobs, or rather, sent a higher price than I would normally charge. And that's not being mean or anything or being greedy, but it's because I want to focus more on my YouTube channel. So because sometimes gigs do take up a lot of my time, to the point where I won't be able to make YouTube videos, I feel like I need to be compensated for that. So when I come back to making YouTube videos, at least I have a good amount of money to like put in as a resource to make better videos. So that's just my thinking. No one has really paid the higher price yet, but yeah. I don't flat out turn down jobs though. I try not to, but if it really doesn't work out, I would. But for the most part nowadays, I would charge a little bit more than what I would normally, and hopefully that just kinds of like I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But I hope that makes sense. Zoom Chris. Jason, I want you to be the one to announce the new Sony releases at NAB. That's not going to happen. I think they're announcing this stuff the day before I actually get into Vegas. So who knows? Who knows what it will be? But I just hope there's something for me to play with, so at least I can do a YouTube live and let you guys know. Nick Lawrence, I currently use the 6000. I'm having overheating issues. I sold my kidney and have savings for the A7R3. Yeah, so A6000, I didn't know the A6000 had an overheating issue, but the 6500 does have, it does work a lot better. Even if it overheats, it won't shut off, but just be careful. Use at your own discretion. That's all I can say. Nick says, or LJ says, I have no issue with the overheating on my 6000 for stills. I managed to hit 30 minutes of video, but it did warn the overheat, so I did turn it off. Yeah, these cameras should not overheat when you're taking just stills. That's extremely weird. Sigma Art 30mm 1.4 on the 6500. Have you tried it yet? That's the APS-C version, right, Charlie? That's the Sony E-mount version. That one I've tried. Great for stills. For video, the autofocus on the video, there is a noise when I try to autofocus. So I would avoid that if you want to use that for video. But for stills, it's great. Steve says, I know you haven't used the 100 STF much, but as of now, would you buy it? Great question, Steve. I'm going to be completely honest. I am not very impressed with the STF. It's a great lens, don't get me wrong. I just think for the type of work that I use, I wouldn't be able to utilize this as much. I think I was trying to do some tests. I was trying to do tests. I was taking some portraits over the weekend. To be honest, even though it has great bokeh renditions, I cannot tell unless there's like, the foreground with like LED lights. That's when you see like the balls and stuff. Like if you're not doing stuff like with that, if you're just taking like very standard portraits that you can do with your 85-1.4 or your 85-1.8, then honestly go with those. I mean, like this is a 2.8. I find this to be not that great in low light, but this is just all initial impressions. Until I do more further tests, I'm not going to have anything too conclusive. But as of now, I'm not very impressed. I wouldn't get this. The 85-1.8, on the other hand, is very awesome. I love it a lot. If I hadn't already gotten the G Master 1.4, the 85-1.8 would have been the lens I would have chosen. Charlie Brown, very sharp and impressed with the 30mm 1.4, I assume. Three Trees Photography. What do you do along with photography for income? Video. I actually make more money doing video work than I do with photography. I want to get more photo jobs though, for sure. The Sweet Life now. Are they releasing the A7R3 at NAB? We don't know, but we'll see. I will let you guys, well, you guys will find out the update, but hopefully they'll have something for me to play with over there. LJ, when I'm getting the A7R2, then I'll sell my A6000. Get one 6500 later for me. Awesome. Nick Minderman, 5.6 T-stop. Okay, heading to bed. Thank you. Keep rocking it, man. Thanks, Charlie. I'll see you back in the messages. Zoom Chris, apparently at NAB, they will announce a unicorn. Rumor has it it's a 20 megapixel camera with a ton of buffer and a lot of FPX 20. Yes, so I did see that. It's something that we've been talking over and over again during the live chat, so we decided to kind of omit it for this week's show. So we want to talk about the new camera, whether it be A9 or the A7R3 or the A7 III, when we have some conclusive details. So I'm waiting on that. We can only talk about rumors so much. We gotta have some conclusive facts. I think the 135 millimeter Zeiss is confirmed to be f2.8 and have optical steady shot. Nick Minderman, it's not good in low light. 5.6 stop, only bokeh for 2.8. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but I mean the bokeh rendition is what they're praising this lens for. So if you really like those smooth round balls, this is the lens to get. Jason, that STF has 5.T stop, not 2.8. So I'm not too sure. So Nick, I do know that, but the 2.8, what I've been told that this 5.6 T stop is equivalent to f2.8. So I don't know. Dave, you're doing great. Take your time. We enjoy you sticking around. Thanks, Dave. Am I talking too fast right now? I tend to do that sometimes. Let me know. I'll slow down. Actually, I'll slow down right now. Zoom Chris. If they do it, it will be my new camera for wedding and sports, period. Awesome. Randy McOwen, new subscriber here. Awesome channel. Thanks, Randy. I appreciate it, man. Nick Minderman, I own the A7R2. Nick Lawrence, it overheats when only doing video. Oh, okay, that's going back to the whole video overheating. Dave, if you were out hanging out with somebody and somebody offered you a shot of liquor, what would you choose? I wouldn't know. I'm not much of a drinker. If I do have any social outings with some friends and there's alcohol involved, I would usually just get beer. Steve, Jason, ever thought about taking the next step to the FS5 or the FF7 Mark II? Maybe. Right now, nothing really calls for the FS5 for me or the FF7. I mean, I would love to have it just so I can have it. But budget-wise, right now, I'm gonna stick with the mirrorless, the A7R2 and related cameras. Dan Vang, thanks for the great info. Just found your channel. Please show more of the 100 STF when you can. I'm looking forward to my copy. Hopefully, I didn't buy into the hype. For sure, Dan. We'll try to have more videos on that. I'm shooting a concert tomorrow, and hopefully this surprised me at the concert show, but I don't have my hopes up. Dave Sincere, what's the hardest part of shooting video? I haven't shot video much. I only shoot stills. What's the hardest part of shooting video? I guess the hardest part of shooting video for me is getting... That's a tough question. I don't know. What's the hardest part for me? I want to say getting different angles, but that's actually pretty easy. I guess, yeah. Getting different coverages is easy. It's just limited to the resources that I have. There's often times where I want to get a lot of multiple like let's say it's a ceremony. I want to have we usually try to shoot with 4 cameras. That's too much. It's just too much for a ceremony. But when I edit, even though I know it's a pain in the butt, I would actually rather have like 10 different angles. That's exaggerated, but having different angles to cut to makes editing a lot easier. But having multiple angles to shoot is a pain in the butt, if that makes any sense. So, yep. All right, guys, I'm going to blaze through a few more questions and I'm going to head out. I really want to finish the 85 video and show you guys. I'm very, very excited. I really love the photos that came out. I don't know, Mark, if you're here, but Mark Wang, he assisted me on the light. So thank you again, Mark. You're awesome. The Sweet Life now, I'm planning on getting the A6500, but still not sure about the real big differences between it and the A7S II other than low light. What other than that is the real difference? A6500 has a much more crispier 4K quality than the A7S II. That's because the A6500 shoots in 6K and downres and downsize it to 4K. So you're going to see much sharper images, like a lot of details with the A6500. So that would be a huge difference. Anytime we shoot with the A6500, we can tell, like, wow, the quality on the videos that comes out of the 6500 looks a lot better than the A7R2 and the A7S II. Michael Hearing, what would be your best budget lens for someone with an A7 II? I have a 28-70 and a 50 1.4, 28, 2.8, and 104. Thanks. I think me and Danny always kind of talk about this. It's, you know, budget is very subjective. A7 II budget lens. Right now I have 20. I think you do. I feel like you already do have a budget lens, right? A 28-70. Let me know. Zoom Chris, Jason, I'm taking off. Be safe, bro. See you in the next one. Thanks, Zoom Chris, for always stopping by. Have a good time. Dave Sincere, I know you have to bring the G Master for the concert. Bring this. Hopefully it surprises me tomorrow. I really hope so. Should I bring the 85-1.8 for the concert tomorrow? Let me know, guys. Should I shoot with this at the concert? These two are very similar in focal lengths. Maybe I should just do it just for test. But I'll definitely be bringing. What should I be bringing? I haven't sold my 35-1.4 yet, so I might actually use it for tomorrow's concert. I actually like the photos that come out of the 35-1.4 for concerts. Ooh, I'm actually having second thoughts about selling my 35 now. Don't look at me like that. My girlfriend's giving me the stink eye. Don't sell it? Uh-oh. I can't keep the other new lens. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that online. Let's move on to the next question, guys. Casey, getting perfect when shooting in the log for me. Getting perfect exposure when shooting in log for me. Yeah, that's actually my struggle too with video. So thank you, Casey, for bringing it up. I struggle with that too. How the heck did I just skip a bunch of things? David Osler, hey Jason, good day from Melbourne. David, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. You just missed Danny. He had to meet a deadline for his yearbook thing. David, shiz, 4 camera setup. I can barely shoot with 1. Yeah, we kind of hate shooting with 4 cameras, to be honest with you. But it does make editing a lot easier. Steve, YouTuber, vlogger, fun for Lewis, just posted a vlog. He got sponsored by B&H and went to the store and was moving up from an A7S II to an FS5. Worth a look when you're bored. Ugh, that makes me so mad. I'm just kidding. I remember when Locke got his A7S II and a 16-35 from B&H, and I was like, oh, I was so happy for him, but at the same time, I was like so jealous. I was like, oh man, I want a free A7S II. Someday, guys. Someday, folks. I just want a free camera. That's all I want. I just want someone to send me a free camera. That's when I know I made it. But for now, I'll just buy all my gear. OJ, A7S2/A7S, great for video and low light. Go search YouTube. Now I see A7S low light. David Osler, I love my 6500 for weddings. It is amazing. Love using the 24 1.8 with the 6500 great combo. Me too, David. Me too. I love the 24 1.8. That's actually a lens that I always use on my 6500. That and the 16 to 70. I really need to put out that video on my favorite lenses for the 6500, but I keep getting distracted with a whole bunch of stuff. So these two lenses, again, these will keep me preoccupied for about 2 weeks. So let me know if you guys get tired of seeing these videos for the 85 and 100. But since I have very limited time with these lenses, I want to pump out as much of these contents as much as possible before I go back and tackle some of the other stuff that I've written up. Zhongshang Lu, sell it to me. You message me. If you're serious, man, I will sell it to you. Nick Minderman. Serious. Nope. Nope. Wait. I keep accidentally skipping over questions. There it is. Nick Lawrence. What is your WhatsApp? I don't have a WhatsApp, but hit me up on Facebook. Michael, I'm looking for a budget-wide landscape lens because right now I'm using a manual focus on Canon FD. Thanks. Ah, okay, I see what you mean. Budget landscape lens. Anyone can help us out here? I think a lot of people. Okay. I was gonna recommend the 12mm by Samyang / Rokinon. But those are also manual as well. So if you're looking for an autofocus lens, there isn't really a budget per se, but if your options are 16 to 35 f4 from Zeiss or Zeiss Batis 18 mil. If anyone else can chime in on some of the lenses that he could use for a landscape, that's budget, that autofocuses, because those are the two that I can think of right now. Dave Sincere, do you prefer 35 or do you prefer the 35 over the 50? Yes. Well, I'm okay with the 50, but if I'm shooting like videos, like just general video, just for fun or whatever, 35 would be my favorite focal length. Dave Sincere, I have a 50mm 1.8, but thinking I should have bought the 35. Yeah, so I personally have always been a fan of the 35 over the 50. I never like using the 50 on an APS-C, but on a full frame, it works just fine. I have A7R2, so the 35 is Super 35 becomes 50. Yep. David Osler, I saw your video, 24mm 1.8. That was awesome. It's a great lens. You know, Philip Bloom uses the 24 1.8 in some of his interviews. Zoom Chris, 10 to 18. Thank you so much, man. Oh, it's APS-C, though. Nick Minderman, how do I get models to shoot for free and I give them my edit for free, like trade work? Nick, that is something that I'm still struggling with right now, trying to find free models and all of that. It's just really tough, you know. It's a lot of hit or miss. Francisco has shared with me some stories of his, but pretty much just keep persevering on it. Rob Kramer, can't wait for the Sigma 135. Me neither. I won't get it, but I'm excited. I was going to say I can borrow from Sony, but I don't know if they have any. I don't know if they have control of the 35. The Zeiss lines, because I know you can't get it. You can't get the Zeiss Batis lenses serviced by Sony, I think. Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to see. Hopefully I can borrow the 135 when it comes out. David, 35mm is my favorite focal length as well. Yeah, because the 24 1.8 on an APS-C is a 35mm equivalent. Michael Hearing, I think I'll take a look at the 10 to 18. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys, for assisting me to help out Michael. Really appreciate it. Steve, Philip Bloom, love him. Follow him on Insta. He does great stories. Philip Bloom is very, very inspiring. I really love his videos. All right, guys. I think I hit all the questions. I hit the very end. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got 35 people watching right now. Awesome stuff. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm very sorry for a short show today, a show with like not that many news. So what's going to happen is next Monday, I think we're going to have it back on Danny's channel. This week we have it on my channel because, again, Danny is busy. But next week we should be back on this channel. We'll have a full-blown show again. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching. If you haven't thumbs up this video yet, give me a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Got a few more questions. Oh, you guys, I feel bad for leaving some questions unanswered. I'm going to tackle really quickly. I'm going to sign off. Dave Sincere, I love the video you did on Casey Neistat. $17,000. It's extreme. Update, it's $20,000 now because he has a 16-70 Zeiss, and he also, I was also told he was using the Phantom 4 Pro in some of his vlogs. So it's a $20,000 setup now. Do you think 17K is too much? I spent around 20 grand on my Sony gear. So yes, 17 grand is a lot. Awesome, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys next week or in tomorrow's video. Peace.